We are on the road to WrestleMania, and it's been a what 3 4 month road. we've we've
Still
had
got
a
five
lot of
weeks left.
yeah. We got 4 Raw episodes to go after
Yeah.
this one, so we're almost done. But we've taken a lot of long breaks in between this road. The Raw we're up to right now is the February 22nd, 1999 edition, the road to WrestleMania 15. I don't think I said that at first. Road to WrestleMania 15. That is the road that we are on. So, Tro, how you doing?
I am good.
Okay. So, any thoughts on this show before we begin? Like going in, any
It
thoughts?
was a very interesting. It was a very interesting show to say the least. A big
Yeah.
show, if you will.
So, this would be, as I said on our Islander recap yesterday, this would be the week after, the night after St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
The week after, the night after,
The week after, the night after.
a couple of
Hashtag.
weeks, the couple of weeks after the night of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Many weeks from many weeks from the night after WrestleMania 14.
Well, that's about a whole year at this point. But yeah, I was actually looking on Peacock, checking how many shows we had left. Yeah, we got 4 Raws left after this. And obviously, the last one is the infamous beer bath segment. That was the go home to WrestleMania 15. The
You
beer
know
bath.
what's gonna you know what's gonna end up happening, right?
What's
By
going
the
to
time
happen?
that we finally get ready to do one of the last Raws, the Peacock's gonna take down all the Raws.
I noticed that we were talking about that yesterday, and you said that, but I said they had 5 years. There was a five. It was a 5 year deal.
Yeah, but they can
You
always
said
buy
that,
out.
right. Well, it seems that they're buying out Raw, but the rest of the content is staying on Peacock. Because I was looking, the Raw, it says like 18 days left,
Yeah,
which is crazy. Everything else
because
says it's still on Peacock.
yeah,
It
but
doesn't say amount of days left.
if what WWE is doing what we think they're doing, which is the WWE Vault having a specific Raw channel to upload the old Raw episodes,
Hmm.
which not 100% confirmed, but it's very heavily speculated given the context that we've been given.
Okay.
That would be pretty cool because that would be all the Raws, or at least it should be at least the vast majority of the
If that
Raws.
if that's the case, I got to get YouTube Premium.
See, that's the thing. They probably would have to put it on YouTube Premium, which completely understandable. You don't
Wait,
want to
or
just give
no,
those away for free.
no, or you said, oh, so you're saying it would be, you would have
Uh,
to actually pay for it. Oh
I
boy.
would assume that you'd probably want YouTube Premium, but
Oh, obviously,
I
because
don't.
you don't want
I
the
mean, I
ad.
use YouTube Premium because I hate because I can't
Yeah,
stand ads. And I like
that's why
listening.
I
I like
use.
listening to music when I'm walking from YouTube. But
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, out of all the stuff I pay for, I'm like, YouTube Premium is pretty much worth it. I'm like, yeah, you guys
Oh,
go. You guys
absolutely,
are good.
absolutely, it is.
But I will say, they uploaded something pretty cool today on the Vault,
What
a
was that?
dark
I didn't see
match.
it. Was
So it was in the build up to SummerSlam after a Raw.
which year?
So 2005.
Oh, okay.
So it was a six-man tag match. It was JBL, Shawn Michaels, and Kurt Angle against Batista, Cena, and Hogan.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm like, damn, that's a hell of a tag match right there.
Yep.
Doesn't make
Okay.
a doesn't make a lot of sense for Kurt Angle to be all chummy with Shawn Michaels after
Right.
Vengeance and stuff, but
Yeah. Okay. So if you remember, to the audience, if you remember our last review, we the show. I don't remember if it ended or no. I don't think it ended on this segment. But the big angle on this show was that the Undertaker abducted Shane and handed him a note and said, "Give this to your dad." So Mr. McMahon starts the show coming out with that note, and He says tonight is not a night for the squeamish because tonight we're roasting human flesh, and obviously this would be payback for Undertaker's threats against Mr. McMahon and that he sent through Shane. And what Mr. McMahon is talking about, roasting human flesh, is that tonight's main event will be a Inferno match, the infamous Inferno match that happened at Judgment Day 1998. Well, this is essentially a rematch of that because it is Undertaker versus Kane. So we get that all again. That is your main event. Now, Vince Vince brings out Paul Wright, who
Oh, right.
who would obviously go on to be known as
The Big Show.
no, he'd be known as the guy who faced Brock Lesnar in a stretcher match at Judgment Day 2003.
Of course. But
No,
but to be fair, you also just said Paul Wright.
Paul Wright, or is
You're
it
saying
Paul White?
it's White.
Oh, Paul White, whatever the heck is
He's
his
not
name.
David Paul White. Third
so,
baseman
so
for the match.
they're retiring Paul Wright's numbers pretty soon.
It's Paul Tuca and David Wright.
So Vince brings out Mr. McMahon, I should say, brings out Paul White, and let me see here. Hold on.
Your name is the Big Show now.
Okay, so Paul White says he's walked out of a nightmare and promises that the WWE will never be the same again. In 2 days, Austin went flying through a steel cage, which Paul White failed to mention that won Austin the match, but obviously he's bragging that he was able to throw Austin through that steel cage, even though it cost his boss that match and gave Austin the main event at WrestleMania. And he said, so in 2 days, Austin went flying through a steel cage, and then Mankind lost the WWE title. This is both for what was I going to say for both done by Paul White. He threw Austin through a steel cage, and then he choke slammed Mankind off that ladder through in and costing him the WWE title. So after all this, The Rock comes out and gets a big pop. Vince gives him an intro like like no other, and then all of a sudden he gets Rocky sucks chants, and so Rock isn't pleased for Big Show taking credit for The Rock being WWE champion because obviously Big Show said he cost Mankind the title. So Rock's now mad, and Rock and Big Show start to go through it, go a little back and forth, yelling at each other. And so Mr. McMahon has to do a little damage control. He's like, hey, listen, guys, the corporation, we just love to make jokes, blah, blah, blah. That's all that's going down here. And The Rock's like, jokes? There ain't no damn jokes, So, oh yeah, and at one point, Big Show actually calls The Rock Pebble. So, yeah. And then Mankind comes out, and Mankind says, since he is going to be the special guest referee at WrestleMania, that maybe tonight he get his own tune-up of being a referee. So he says, tonight, Big Show versus Rock with Mankind as the special guest referee. So, and that would be how that segment goes, I believe. Hold on 1 second. And yeah, that's essentially, yeah. So, what did you think about that little segment? I thought it was a good way to start the show. What did you think?
I thought it was good. I like how Big Show's like, I came back from a nightmare. It was WCW. It was
That's what I
so
thought.
horrible. They pushed me. They gave me the world title in my first match. They booked me pretty strong. I was pretty much unbeatable for most of my time, but it was horrible. It was so bad. They pushed me so hard. I fell off a building there, and I was okay.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's what he was referring to too, WCW. But no matter what, no matter just because they may have put him in big situations like putting the belt on him and shit, doesn't mean he wasn't having a horrible time. You don't know what he was going through behind the scenes.
Well, apparently, when he came to WWF, he had the biggest ego out there.
Yeah.
My Undertaker had to kick his ass.
So now coming out from break, we see Corporation trying to keep Rock and Big Show or Paul White still apart in the back this time now. And now we have a WWE debut, a notable
Oh,
one too. The Public Enemy taking on the Brood, and we have a couple of comments here from Christian. He says, CJ says, "Let him in."
Bray
Christian,
Wyatt.
big Bray Wyatt fan. Yeah, big Bray Wyatt fan.
Yowie
And
wowie.
he says, thank you, Tro, for correcting me. I think he's referring to the Paul White, Paul Wright thing.
That would have been his name if he went back to WCW and kept the Paul part.
Yeah.
I'm Paul Wright,
Uh,
but
so
the Public Enemy.
yeah, go ahead.
The,
What do you guys say about that?
you see, this is actually surprising because I thought the Public Enemy
Okay.
only had one match in WWF. As it turns out, they had at least two matches. This
Yeah.
one and the one where the APA absolutely just kicked their asses so badly.
So the Public Enemy came out with Jaguar jerseys, and
Okay.
they cover up the
Oh my!
body parts
They're
of the.
they're all elite. Confirmed.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
The Jaguar jerseys though are covered by their Public Enemy shirts, but you can see the Jaguar, the sleeve part of the jerseys that have the Jaguar logo on them and stuff. But yeah, so let's see. They take on the Brood here, and this match ended in a DQ, and then after that, Public Enemy got a bloodbath. And so then we come from break, and the ministry is essentially, giving, well, Undertaker, I should say, with the help of his ministry, are, how do you say it, disciplining
Yeah.
the Brood for what just went down, the DQ loss and everything. And after Undertaker gives his little speech of how they need to learn discipline, the ministry just jumps Edge and Christian. And I think Gangrel was there too. So what did you think of all that?
The Undertaker's like, I can't believe you idiots fucking lost to the Public Enemy. He goes to Bradshaw and Farouk. You boys know what to do. This is this. Tracy Bradshaw and Farouk took that to heart and decided we're just gonna go out there and kick these guys' asses for legitimate.
Yeah.
And not for nothing, I'm pretty sure the Public Enemy didn't really mind getting bloodbaths. They're like, oh, this is just ECW again.
Yeah.
Is New Jack up there cutting up a kid again?
So what do we have next here? Now we have Ken Shamrock versus Billy Gunn with Val Venus on commentary. The reason why Val Venus is on commentary is because he's the Intercontinental Champion, and the winner of this match gets an Intercontinental title shot at WrestleMania. And while on commentary, there was a lot of sexual innuendo. Obviously, with it being Val Venus, and obviously Jerry Lawler involved in that too.
Poor
Um,
Cole. Just a
so
young man, Michael Cole, not even 3 years in the company at this point, went from being a war correspondent to being, haha, puppies and dicks.
uh, so the match ends up getting thrown out. So obviously, spoiler alert, this leads to a triple threat match at WrestleMania 15, what we are headed to here. So, what do you think of this Venus and, or excuse me, Shamrock and Billy Gunn match?
Well, Ken Shamrock's fine, Billy Gunn's fine, but man, I don't know. I feel like they probably could have been doing something more. Ken Shamrock, I feel like he probably should still be pissed at the Undertaker for messing with the corporation instead of just being, I want the IC title. Screw you,
Yeah,
screw you guys. I don't give a shit what's happening over here. I just want the IC title.
right. Now we have Vince trying to, talk about, trying to talk Rock down from his anger at Paul White, and obviously Rock doesn't want to hear any of that. Now we have a really good segment right here with Sable getting interviewed by Kevin Kelly, I believe it was, and Sable talks about how the fans aren't. Well, what is it? Kevin Kelly asks her if she's concerned that the fans are taking aback by her recent actions. And she says the fans aren't taken aback, they're in awe of her. And then she brags about being on Regis and Kathy Lee recently. And then she notices somebody in the crowd. And that would be the fan that had been stalking her recently. And that would be Tori. So she calls Tori into the ring, and Tori essentially goes on about how she admires everything about Sable. It's kind of pouring her heart out to Sable. And what does Sable do? She calls her pathetic and tells her to get a life. And now Tori's pretty much about to cry and stuff. Now Luna comes out and says that not everyone can be as beautiful as you, Sable. And the only reason why you're a women's champion is because of your looks. And Sable says she only cares about the men, which gets one of the biggest pops of the night. The male crowd goes nuts after Sable says that. She doesn't care what Sable, that is, doesn't care what any of the women have to say about her. And she tells Luna that reshuffle your deck if you don't like the cards that you were playing with. And so Luna and Tori turn around and they're about to leave when Sable decks Luna first with the championship belt, and Tori kind of turns around and is like, "What are you doing? Why'd you do that?" And then Sable ends up hitting Tori with the belt. A good segment there with pretty much one of the top heels in the business at the time in Sable. What did you think about this?
Tori. I don't remember Tori being. The Tori was with she plays a part with
DX.
Kane, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kane, DX.
Yeah, she likes Kane, and then she sleeps with X Pac, and then now she's a bad girl, and then she's gone from the company.
Yeah, that was a good little angle.
So
I,
so will
I
so will Sable pretty soon too.
yeah, sadly.
Her and Luna. I think Terry's the only one. No, Tori. So many freaking T's in the freaking company at the 99. Uh, no, I think Terry's the one who is still here like 1 year on because
Yeah,
Zabel's gone, Luna's gone. But I thought it was fine.
yeah.
Women's wrestling in 1999 can't really expect much if China's not there.
I would disagree with that, but okay. And I don't mean that as a knock to
Yeah,
China
yeah.
because China was great in her own right too. China was one of the stars in the company at the time. But Sable, when it comes to the women, Sable was the biggest star in the company. And now after trying to talk The Rock down, now Mr. McMahon is trying to talk Paul White down. And well, Paul White just wants a shot at the title tonight. And he says, whoever wins the belt should still be in the corporation. And now we have Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett taking on D'Lo Brown. And let me see here. Brown ends up getting the win after hitting a spinning wheel kick on Owen. So, what did you think of this little handicap match?
I mean, it's Owen Hart doing Owen Hart stuff. He's kind of treading water at this point. I feel like, not that he's not doing good stuff. He's doing good stuff. It's just he's kind of a little, I guess, directionless at this because
Yeah,
he's not fighting for a title. He's in this storyline that I think eventually leads to the freaking Blue Blazer crap.
yeah, that's why that's why all that happened because they didn't know what to do with him. So that's the idea they came up
Here
with,
were the Blue Blazer once. Let's do it again. To be
and
fair,
sad,
the Blue Blazer was funny when he was trying to act like he wasn't, because I think they had didn't have the Godfather dress up as him. I think they had Flash Funk dress up as the Blue Blazer once. He's like,
yeah,
oh, that's totally open. That's no one heart.
it was funny. It was honestly a good idea. The only thing is, it just should have never had him obviously fly like they did, and especially for someone like Owen, who what everybody says is he was not he was afraid of doing that, and
Yeah,
sadly he felt that because he had speaking up already about a prior angle that he shot down, he was worried if he did it again that that was going to be a bad look on him, and it's a shame that that was the way it was back then.
I mean,
But
the worst thing Vince could have done was just fire him, and then he just go to WCW,
yeah, he would have got to work with
and then
Brett.
flounder there, and be even and flounder there too.
Yeah, he would at least he would have got to work with Brett again, his
He would.
brother.
I mean, he would have been alive. He would have been alive.
Yeah,
That is a plus.
yeah, well, absolutely. He'd probably still be around to this day. That's the thing.
Probably. We probably wouldn't even really hear from him. His wife would, Martha Hart would probably like, yeah, no, you're never doing wrestling again, ever again. I, stay the fuck away from that business.
I cannot blame Martha Hart for her anger, even though it was an accident. It was an accident. I don't
Yeah,
blame.
it's
I
not like
don't
Vince
put the
McMahon was
blame
like,
on.
Vince McMahon wasn't twirling a mustache like,
Yeah,
ha
no.
ha ha ha. This will get payback for Brett for how dare he
Yeah,
for what he did. As he twirls, I'm not gonna test. I'm gonna test all the other flying mechanics in the air, but I won't test this one because I know it's gonna fail.
right. But yeah, I understand because she lost her husband. She lost her whole
Yeah,
world. So I get her anger towards WWE. There are people that whenever she speaks up, it's like, oh, would you shut up? Like, I would never feel that way about it. Like, I understand her anger.
well,
Like, you know,
the main thing is we just people want Hart in the Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of
yeah,
Fame really badly, but she
right.
really doesn't want to do any type of business with the company, even though
Not,
Vince is no longer there.
yeah,
Anybody who would have had a hand in doing that, other than
right.
Bruce Pritchard, are
Yeah,
no longer there.
yeah. It's still the company. It's still WWE. So yeah.
Technically, it was WWF back then, Fred.
Back then, but it's still the
Now
same. It's just like it. Do
maybe
we have to get into the Coyote Utah thing now?
maybe the pandas did it. Maybe she doesn't like pandas. Why doesn't she like pandas?
I didn't know what you meant for a second. Oh, yeah, I see what you're
Wildlife
saying. Yeah,
Federation of Fun, where the hell it's called.
Okay, well, let's get back in this show. So after the match, Owen and Jeff put a beat down on D'Lo Brown. And what do we have next? Let's see. Oh, this was funny. This was funny. Mick Foley is always great, man. You have Mankind with a homemade referee shirt that he's literally like he's literally putting together as we're watching. He's got a can of spray paint and he's spray painting the stripes on this referee shirt, and he's essentially practicing being a ref. He's like, "Hey, he's yelling at nobody, practicing being a ref. He's like, "Hey, get off the hair! Don't make me ring that bell." It's a really funny segment. And so now, speaking of segments, this, in my opinion, is the segment of the night. WWE title, The Rock taking on Paul White, and Vince comes down on commentary. And well, at first he comes down to say that Mankind, that this is not going to happen. And well, Rock and comes out and says, "No, you go on commentary. We're gonna do this. Don't worry about it." So the match goes on, and Big Show, after the bell rings, pushes The Rock into the ropes, and then does a freaking kick right to Mankind. He kicks Mankind down, and then Paul White and The Rock both jump Mankind. And Mr. McMahon's on commentary like, ha, ha, I pulled the wool over the dummy's head. Face again. Yeah. He's like, he fell for it again. How stupid can he be? Essentially referring to Survivor Series 98, where they pulled the wool.
Mankind, I did it again.
Yeah, this
J.R. Summer is now the show. Oh, son of a
bitch.
God damn it. Dr. Death, come with me.
We're gonna be seeing JR.
We're gonna fix this crap.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing JR soon, along with Dr. Death.
It's gonna be the highlight of this season.
Of the season?
Of this little mega thing, of this
this road to
this road to heal JR. God, that's gonna be great.
Don't forget, by the way, since it's been a while, it has been a while since we've done an episode. We are currently on the road to WrestleMania 15. Our next road to will be the Road to Unforgiven 2001. Oof. That will be excluding the SmackDown after 9/11 because we covered that show.
It's gonna be the first few episodes are gonna be smooth sailing, and then the world's gonna change. Yeah. It's gonna be very awkward to be like, the biggest evil in this world is the Alliance.
Now, I have not made my, well, I shouldn't say that I haven't. I've made my decision on what I want to pick next, the road to that I want to pick after that. But as I said, that rule still stands that I have going, that we're not adding anything to future. We're not adding future shows until we get to Unforgiven 01.
Yeah, and I'm in the prelim stages of trying to figure out either a good road to do after that one, or a really funny pay-per-view or episode.
Yeah. So
something that we can talk about.
We still don't know yet if it's going to be me then you, or if it's going to be Christian then me then you. Because again, Christian has to show up for Unforgiven 2001, and if he does, then he can pick his show. If he's not with us for Unforgiven 01, then I'll be picking, and then you'll pick.
I can't wait to pick like a multi-month road to just road to WrestleMania 1.
I'm all for.
Got to start on the WWF, work our way all the way up to the first WrestleMania.
I'm all for a long road. I got nothing. It's cool to look, watch the whole storyline of the pay-per-view build up. week by week and review that. It's cool. So I'm all for it.
Or I can just put like a super quick road to like a 2 week build to some random ass pay per view in 2000s, the
Yeah,
2000s.
I don't know.
What a
So
road! Little pit stop.
after that, the corporation with Mr. McMahon. So it's Mr. McMahon, uh, Rock, and Paul White essentially celebrate for the rest of the segment. They celebrate in ring, then they go up the ramp and continue to celebrate. And then when we come back from break, they show Paul White and The Rock coming back behind the curtain, and Test, Boss Man, and Shamrock are all waiting for them, and they're essentially congratulating them. And The Rock just says, "All right, yeah, let's go get some food. All of it's on me." And that's where we get to
You
Steve
know,
Blackman.
I forgot to
Okay, go
mention
ahead.
this with the Rock versus Big Show, but it is pretty
Yeah,
interesting how a year later they'd be feuding for a shot at WrestleMania,
yeah. That
and just have the Rock. Somebody's got a hair.
yeah.
And how Big Show was right the whole time. He's like, no, I should have won the Rumble. My feet didn't. Your feet hit first, Rock.
Okay, hang on one second. Shit, I just lost my notes.
We were up to Steve Blackman
Yeah, I
versus
know.
Draw.
Steve Blackman versus Draws. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Not even the Lethal Weapon. Just a guy named Steve Blackman.
Yeah, that's Steve Black. Hold on, I'm getting right now. I'm almost there. Okay, yeah, Steve Blackman versus Draws. Uh, Blackman power slams Draws and then hits him with a bicycle kick to, or excuse me, no. Draws hits the bicycle kick and gets the pin on Steve Blackman. And what did you think about this match?
Filler. A filler match, really.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
to just take a
Oh no,
take
no, I was
people.
right the first time. Yeah, I was right the first time. Blackman hits the bicycle kick and gets the win. Yes, I was right the first time. Go ahead.
It was just a filler match. I mean, Draws isn't doing anything. Blackman's not doing anything yet.
Right.
I mean, it's like get out of catering, guys. This isn't going to be on heat, but
Yeah.
have fun.
And then well, they kind of were doing something where like Draws was bullying Kevin Kelly. We covered that on the last show too. Draws was like bullying Kevin Kelly, and Steve Blackman stood up for Kevin Kelly. So it was sort of like a just weekly show type of storyline that was taking place just to get them on TV, essentially. Like you said,
Draws
filler.
Draws went from being part of the Warriors and
LOD 2000.
LOD
Which was in
2000.
it was in 1998, but they were called LOD 2000. It was
They
kind of
were ahead
funny.
of they were ahead of themselves before the 2000 trend started. Um, he went from pushing Hulk off the Titantron
Yeah,
and having a gimmick of where he just throws up every time because it really
he's
got Vince
gonna
McMahon.
puke.
Because it got Vince McMahon really like. I don't like
Yes.
this shit. I was watching that Chicago Bears game, and
Shut
hey,
up.
he's gotta throw up.
Shut up.
No, Draws was on the Bears.
No, he was
Draws
he was a Bronco.
was he Bronco? I knew it
Yeah,
was
he
one
was
of
a
the
Bronco.
orange teams. I thought it was a Bear.
That's where that puke came from. He
Yeah.
threw up on a Monday night game. I think it was Broncos against the Jets. And he was a Bronco at the time.
Facing the Jets would make it the mid '90s Jets. That was a horrible team, real bad.
Yeah.
Go tight.
So then in the post match, Draws lays out Blackman with the martial arts sticks that belong to Steve Blackman, obviously. And now Vince tells Kane, this is backstage time, Vince tells Kane to make Undertaker burn. And then we have Undertaker giving an evil promo where he talks about serving his master. He isn't afraid
Oh
of the
boy.
Inferno match at all. And that there is going to be a surprise for Mr. McMahon tonight.
I am so confused on what the lore of Vince McMahon being the higher power does. Like, does the Undertaker not know that it is Vince McMahon, or are they just being like, "Oh, hey, hey, Undertaker, have fun in this Inferno match"? Okay, my match. But I get like the whole thing was Vince McMahon
Well,
just really wanted to fuck with Austin,
yeah.
but he's fucking with. Why is he fucking with Kane? Why is he? It doesn't make. It's almost as if they didn't think this. They didn't think the higher power through or anything, something like that.
All right, so now we have Goldust taking on Val Venus, and this match ended after Blue Dust, which this was before he was called Blue Dust, but that would be the Blue Meanie. So Blue Meanie comes out and helps Goldust get the victory, and the commentators are like, "Why the heck did he do that?" Blah blah blah. So, what do you think of this match here?
I thought it was fine. Goldust is it's always good to see Goldust, and
Yeah.
they don't do anything at WrestleMania with each other, right?
Goldust?
Goldust doesn't Goldust have a match, but it's not with Blue Meanie.
I think Blue Meanie was involved somehow. I'm pretty sure he did. I think he faced Blue Meanie in a hardcore match or something like that. I'm pretty sure of it.
I know this is right up before. This is right around the time where Goldust left for WCW and became Seven for
Yeah, that's later. That's later.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's eventually it's gonna be here sooner than we know. He'll be floating in midair and then cutting a promo about how
Well,
stupid this gimmick is.
well, we just covered that. We covered on the positive spin, our first episode. It was the first Nitro of Russo and Ferrara, and that's where that first vignette for what the hell's his name? Seven Dust?
Seven.
Seven.
No dust.
Right, no seven. The first vignette for
Ooh,
Seven debuted on that show.
the scariest
Now this,
number. Seven.
now this was kind of a funny little segment right here. Shane McMahon modeling the new European title or his new European title for China. And China's like, is that a vein? Like, what the hell? And now we have hardcore title, Hardcore Holly versus Bart Gunn. If you remember our last show, Hardcore Holly essentially cut a promo on Bart Gunn saying, I was the only guy you did not knock out in the Brawl for All. And so that's what led to this hardcore match here. And
I'm here.
let's see.
Just had to let my cat out.
Yeah, it's all right.
Kitty wanted to go out. Cat wanted to go out. Miss Kitty.
Yeah. Well, there you go. The cat getting a guest host on the show. There you go.
Yeah, Miss Kitty. Jerry Lawler's ex-wife. He left the company for.
So Bart Gunn. Oh, so this actually happened too, and this was interesting. Somebody in like a red outfit and a face mask on threw Bart Gunn off the stage through a table, and that's what helped Hardcore Holly get the victory. I don't even know who that was. I can't even remember that.
It's Sting. No, not Sting. Could it be Crash?
Obviously not. This guy was way bigger. He was way bigger than Crash.
Crash was a super heavyweight. I'll have you know.
This is only a few months before the super heavyweights.
I'll have you know, he was the super heavyweight Crash Holly.
Yeah.
I wonder Could it be Al Snow? Or is it one of
Maybe.
those mysteries that we never found out?
I feel like it's that. I feel like it's that. That it's a mystery we never find out.
Maybe it was Big Boss Man.
Could be. I don't know. I really
all, the,
don't know.
all, the, all, the, all the answers of mysteries in 1999. Big Boss Man. Who raised the case at King of the Ring? Big Boss Man.
Mm-hmm.
Who ran down Stone Cold? Big Boss Man.
No.
To be fair though, November 1999, Big Boss Man probably would have done it too. That man fed a dog to its own owner,
Yeah.
and then dragged a casket like 2 weeks later.
So now we have X-Pac taking on China. And in this match, Triple H does a run-in, hits the pedigree on China. And that gives X-Pac the easy victory there. What'd you think of this match here?
China's good. China is very good in the ring. I'm not going to qualify it by saying for a woman. No, but she's good. No, she is decent in the ring. But given what happens later on in their life, it is a little hard to look at X-Pac and China together in almost any fashion, given how far they both eventually fall. China they both managed to get their lives somewhat back on track.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So now Vince comes out with a rolled up paper in his hand, and he says, "If anyone doesn't like the smell of burning flesh, leave now." This is the second time of the night. This is the second time of the night that Mr. McMahon has referenced burning flesh.
We're gonna cook a guy alive. We gotta steer him. I'm gonna add a little spice here. Gonna get both sides. How do you like your man? Extra crispy or rare?
So he's holding the envelope that Undertaker gave him last week, and he shouts about how no one goes after Mr. McMahon outside of the WWE. And that is where we go to the main event of the night, Inferno match, Undertaker and Kane. And during the match, Paul Bearer comes out, delivers a present to Mr. McMahon, who is, again, he's at ringside. I believe he was on commentary again. And
Happy birthday, Vince! I've got you a present.
So Mr. McMahon opens the present and sees a teddy bear. And he grabs the teddy bear. He grabs the teddy bear and he's looking at Undertaker, who's doing his best to try to set Kane on fire. And he's like, "What is this? What is this?" Obviously, Undertaker is paying him no attention because he's fighting Kane at this point. But
that's a nice teddy bear there you got, Vince. I hope me and Paul picked it out just for Stephanie. I hope she likes it.
So at one point on the outside, Kane and Undertaker are on the outside at this point, and Kane tries to big boot the Undertaker, but he misses him. Undertaker grabs Kane's boot and puts it in the fire for the victory.
What a silly ending this is, because it's just a visual of Kane's boot. I think it was on Undertaker's shoulder. He just picks it up and just goes, boop, boop. There you go. Kane not even trying to stop him. He's like, "Oh, that actually feels pretty good. Oh, dear
God." So now, and after the match, Undertaker takes the bear and he burns it while Vince is on his knees begging to end the show. He's begging about the bear, and that's how we go off for this show. Rating out of 10?
I can't believe Undertaker killed the bear. Vince McMahon said we're going to smell burning flesh. He didn't say anything about burning
burning
stuff.
stuff. Is a-
If you like, Vince McMahon's like, if you like teddy bears, you might want to leave the building right now. I want to know the origin of this teddy bear. Did they go to some this picture?
It was Stephanie's teddy bear. Right?
I don't think it was their legit teddy bear though.
Oh, you mean the actual origin?
Yeah, I'm very curious. Like, how, did one of the producers like, "Hey, sweetie, can I see your teddy bear?" He's gonna be a big star. Just, oh my God, Mr. Teddy's.
No, what happened was the producer goes to the store. The producer goes to the store, buys the teddy bear, and the cashier's like, "Oh, what are you buying that for a loved one, or are you getting that for one of your kids?" It's like, "No, we're gonna burn it on national television."
National television. You see this big masked guy and this undead man are feuding, so it's gonna be great. But I also just picture Undertaker and Paul Bearer going shopping. This teddy bear will lock perfectly. And then they get in the car, the car that I showed you, the photo of Paul Bearer. Yeah. Get in, bitches! Get in, Undertaker! We're gonna get Stephanie a teddy bear.
This is why Tro is a part of FCT ENT, because he has
because I can do a half decent Paul Bearer.
He has the best Paul Bearer impression of anybody on the channel.
To be fair, I had to rewatch the SmackDown review that we did just to remember what it sounded like, so I can try to do it again.
That would be the June 10th, 2004 SmackDown. Yes, that is in
one of our best episodes we did.
It is one of our best episodes. I agree. So.
Oh God.
So overall rating out of 10?
About an 8.
That's about where I'd say 8.5 out of 10. Yeah.
We didn't even get Stone Cold on this show.
That is true, and that is very weird.
I need the last week of February off. He's like, I heard that.
It's not the last week of February. Next episode is February 29th, if I'm not mistaken. I told you I was looking at the shows on Peacock earlier.
I heard that you're gonna bear a teddy bear. I don't want to be on a show where you bear a teddy bear. I happen to like teddy bears. You son of a bitch. She's like, I can be hung up in there. I can be hit by a car, but damn it, I ain't gonna watch a teddy bear be burned. I draw the line there.
Oh, hold on. You might actually be right. Let me see. Yeah, that actually is the first one. I could have sworn I saw February 29th on Peacock. But yeah, our next episode will be March 1st. The March 1st episode of Raw.
And then we could finally start doing spring training updates of the 1999 Mets.
I think they're gonna go to the NLCS.
I think they can win it all.
Well, they just gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Yeah. What about the 1999 Islanders out there? I hear Butch Warren might be our head coach next year.
Maybe. You didn't get that. You didn't get that reference, did you?
No.
Do you remember how the 99 season ended? Well, I know you weren't born.
Was it a walk-off?
It was a walk-off. It was a walk-off. It was either a walk-off walk or a walk-off hit by pitch. But
no, it was a walk. I remember.
Yeah. Do you remember who the pitcher was? You got to know when to hold them.
Was it John Franco?
Yeah, because John Franco, I do remember there's a singer named John Franco who has that hit song. It was Kenny Rogers.
I would have never guessed Kenny Rogers. I thought I thought that was maybe his freaking walkout song.
Ah, well, yeah.
Look,
No,
it's 1990. It's the late '99. It's late '90s Mets. There's a good chance that's probably Franco closing the gate.
yeah, well, yeah, and this was before they acquired Armando, I believe.
Just. I think my
But
Giants have a good chance of making the Super Bowl next year.
but the reason why it wasn't Franco was because this was in extra innings at this point.
Yeah, it's the '90s. This was before they realized that the pitcher's arms actually hurt. This was before they discovered stamina, and they're like, "Yo, you're up to 200 pitches? Go out there again."
Franco can go out there, pitch the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th,
Yeah,
15th.
he's still on the mound today.
So you're saying we still have a chance to win the '99 World Series? Yeah. Let's go.
He's still on the mound. They tore the stadium down around him.
I can't give up a home run if there's no walls.
Exactly. You know, the John Franco that we see around on SNY sometimes, that's just his brother, Juan Franco.
Juan Franco.
That's why Juan's like, I suck. I am the worst. I purposely walked him. Fuck you. John's still there to this day.
So so our next episode will be the February. Again, I almost said February 20th.
We're gonna do this episode. We're gonna redo this episode again.
Our next episode on the road to WrestleMania. For WrestleMania 15, I keep saying it's easy to say road to WrestleMania, but that's where that came from. That's where the road to thing came from. So every time I say road to, it's like WrestleMania.
It's gonna be a swerve, bro. We've been reviewing all these Raws for WrestleMania 15. We're really reviewing WrestleMania 18.
So our road to WrestleMania 15. The next episode will be March 1st, 1999, that Raw episode. And after that, we'll just have 3 Raws to go, and then we'll be reviewing WrestleMania 15. And after that, we will be on the road to Unforgiven 01. And then once we get up to Unforgiven 01, if it's just me and you, I'll be picking the next shows. If it's the 3 of us, Christian will be picking the next show or shows. Depends on what he wants to go with. So thank you to everybody who's joined us. Thank you for Christian coming in and being in the comments. And we will see you in the future. Thank you, everybody.